welcome back to my goddesses, to my channel. I'm Erin Rosa Crow, thegoddessstyle.com. I also am known as the Goddess Coach because I am a certified therapist and a coach and I help women become goddesses. Today I am going to share a little bit of some parenting coaching, maybe you can say it that way. Now, this video idea came about because for the last couple of days on social media there is what I will call cold shower gate. A certain very famous social media YouTuber was caught in a scandal about poop smear and cold shower in regards to her child. I am not going to discuss about her or her family. This is not what my channel is all about. But I just thought it is giving me an idea to share with you my own poopgate story. So, as you guys know, I'm a mom of 4 and I breastfeed 2 years with every child basically. So I am pregnant and breastfeeding for about 12 years of my motherhood life, which is now coming up to 19 years now. And before that, my experience of motherhood is raising my nieces and nephews and my little sister, because as you know, in the Asian culture, I am from the Indonesian culture where we help raise our younger siblings and our nieces and nephew because we grew up in a big communal household. So my experience of raising children didn't just come from me being a mother of 4, but it is helping my sisters and brothers raise their own children. So today I'm going to share with you my own poop gate and how I teach my children to be potty trained and at different ages, of course, and I'll tell you how you decide when your child is ready for potty training. But before I continue, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give my video a like, and do hit that that bell button, because then you'll be notified via email, and also when you go into YouTube app you will see a little square to tell you that my next video is up on your feed. Anyway, so let me tell you, so I've got 4 children. And one of them, I'm not going to tell you too much details about my children because I try my best to stay away from talking too much about my kids in a negative manner, because as they get older, things are very sensitive. I don't believe in sharing too much details like this because they have a right to their privacy. Some family bloggers think it's okay. That's fair to them. I personally have agreed with my husband that I will not share too much details of my children. So I'm just going to tell you, one of my 4 kids, when she was younger, I know she says she, I've got 3 girls. It's one of my 3 girls. When she was younger, it was summertime and she was having a nap and things were quiet. Too quiet. As a mother, when things are way too quiet, you think, what's going on? Don't trust when it's too quiet. So I went upstairs, I crept up the stairs, and she was sleeping on my queen size bed at that time, and she was already able to walk, and so I didn't worry about her falling off the bed. She was about 1.5 at that time too. So she was just wearing her nappy and panties, a pair of knickers over the diapers, and with just a little tank top on. It was very warm. So I peeked into the door and I was greeted by sight of poo on the wall. And this little tiny girl was happily drawing. She was sticking her hand into the back of her diapers, of her pampers, and she was drawing on my TV. Mind you, this was some years back where we didn't have LCD, it was a plasma TV. So she actually drew a horse having a shit. I still remember that picture. We took pictures of it. And instead of being really angry, I was actually really quite shocked. The artistic side of me just went, damn, she did a really good job. She drew a really good picture of a horse having a poo with her own poo. I still laugh about it. It was not too funny. Of course, you're a bit annoyed as a mother. You're like, shucks, I have to wipe my wall. There's poo on the wall. There's poo on the TV. Anyway, I just told her off. I said, you do not put your hand into your diapers. And she just went, poo poo dirty. So I knew I took that as a sign that she was not comfortable having, having poo in her diapers. And it was really I would say my fault, but I had to actually check on her a little bit earlier before she woke up and make sure that, she was, clean. See, some children are more sensitive to number one and number two. Some children can sit in their poo for hours and hours and they're absolutely fine. Because again, this is my experience of raising my nieces and nephews and my children. Some kids are so super sensitive. Like my son he needs he's very, very fussy about germs. And I mean, he wouldn't even share glasses with his sisters. He thinks, oh, they've got germs, I do not want to share anything. He's really fussy and very fastidious about cleanliness. So anyway, so this girl was like, so I just gave her a normal shower, no cold shower. I didn't punish her for that. I just gave her a normal, warmish shower, cleaned her off, soap her down, put on new clothes for her, put on new diapers for her. And I explained to her, of course, that we don't play with our poo. If she likes drawing, I was happy to buy her big drawing blocks, like A5, and I gave her all the colors. And that's when we discovered she actually really good at drawing. She was really, really good at coloring and drawing, and she is still very good at drawing. So I think if you know my family, you know who I'm talking about, because out of my 4 kids, there's only one who's really good at drawing. Anyway, so that was over, and so this is how I train my children, okay? It was my mom, my goddess model, who taught me how to potty train my children. So all my kids were potty trained from around the age of 18 months, around 1.5 years. My son took a little bit longer than the girls to go completely diaper free. The girls were a little bit faster, but again, I always say you look at the way they are, you see how mature they are. Some kids mature faster than the others. Some kids mature a little bit less. So you need to go with the flow. You can't be too strict. You can't have too much of no, it is not time for them to get up from a nap. It's not time for them to have a snack or whatever. I call my parenting style engaged parenting. I constantly engage my children. I look at their body language. I look at their eyes. I look at their, their blushes or their signals. See, I do NLP coaching. It's all about communication, not just on the verbal cues. You look at non-verbal cues as a form of very, very strong communication. So my mom taught me with my eldest, as soon as you feel like she's ready for a to go potty training. Now, I have to tell you, the best time actually is late spring and early summer, because you don't have to worry about putting them in baby grows, in those zip up blankets or whatever, like those actually I call them the sleeveless blankets that you zip up. So when it's almost late spring, early summer, it's much easier for you not to put on so many layers of clothes. And this is when I start my potty training. My mom taught me that the moment you're ready to take a child to be potty trained, she said, make sure that you can spend time at home, or if you have an au pair or a nanny or whoever is babysitting your children, they are committed to this potty training regime, because it is a regime. You cannot slip up. Children thrives on consistency. Children thrives on discipline. Yes, they like things to happen at the same time. They like things to happen regularly. It makes them feel safe. It makes them feel secure. So every 1 hour, when my eldest was about 18 months, my mom took it upon herself to save my money from spending so much on Pampers and Huggies or whatever. She said, save your money. Stop using, and they're not good for the environment. Come on, potty train your daughter. Adina was like 18 months. So my mom stayed with me for about 2 weeks, and she did it in 2 weeks flat. So every 1 hour, my mom would put Adina on the potty. Every 1 hour, she just put her. She was still wearing pull-ups, so to avoid any mistakes or any accidents. So that was the best option. So not just normal knickers or normal Pampers, it was just pull-up kinds. So she was like, she put her down and she would explain to her, we're going to the potty, and she was straight on the big girls potty. There was no little potty on the floor, nothing. My mom said, get her used to having on the toilet, just put it up there. You just hold her on the armpit, make her feel safe, and just tell her, we're just gonna try. You can just sit here. You don't have to do anything, no pressure. You're just gonna sit. And my mom made the shh sound to imitate the flow of pee. She would just go shh, and nothing. Fine, put up again. And then another 1 hour, my mom did it very regularly. Another 1 hour, it's like shh, again shh, 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 and it did. It happened. After a couple of times, Adina started peeing on the big girl's toilet. So yeah, so my mom managed to potty train Adina in about 2 weeks with consistency, a lot of motivation, a little bit of trickery, you know, because she's like, oh, if you do a little poo for grandma, do a little pee, I'm gonna get you a Barbie doll or something like that. So motivation works better than punishment in getting your child to be properly potty trained, in my humble experience and opinion. So I don't believe in punishing my children for something that, you know, when they're still so young and they still don't understand things like that. When they're old enough and they do smear the toilet, if they're old enough, they don't know how to flush, yes, I get upset. You're old enough to know that you flush a toilet when you're going to have a little shit. If you don't, you're a little shit yourself. But seriously, potty training should not be something that is associated with fear or anger or something negative. You know, like I said, I try to always do potty training when it's around summertime because it's less cold, it's more pleasant for their bottoms to be exposed a little bit more. And like I said, it's consistency. I'm constantly putting my child on the big toilet, and all 4 of them were potty trained around the age of 18 months or about 24 there or less. Well, yeah, little bit more, maybe with my son a little bit around the 24 months, with the girl around the 18 to the 24 months mark. So yeah, you go. That is my experience with potty training. It's easier with the pee because when you run the water or you get their hands wet, it's easy for them to just let go. What about for poo though? I mean, I have a friend whose daughter was a little bit scared of having a poo not in her diaper. Like she was really scared to actually sit on the potty. So I gave her some tips on how about buying this potty that has music with lights up or whatever. And another option was I said to her, why don't you sit on the toilet and watch you having a shit. I know it sounds really weird for some people, but it makes the child feel like it is a natural bodily function. My kids see me in the toilet all the time. I need to let them know that things like that are really natural. There's nothing unnatural about going to have a pee or a poo or having a period or whatever. It is part and parcel of growing up. So they have no issue. So for my friend, it worked on her little girl. For months, she was not able to sit on the big potty and have a poo. She was always going to do it in her diaper. So I told my girlfriend to try these tips and it worked. So you tell me what tips you have if you've got another method of potty training your child, and do you believe in punishing them if they don't listen to you when you try to potty train them, or do you work by the carrot instead of the stick? You know, you give them lots of little stickers, little treats, you pat their back, it's bravo, you do a big clap. You know, I like to think that, you know, I'm trying to potty train my doggy right now, and they always say to you when it comes to training your doggy, you know, fear does not work. They'll only become more aggressive in the future. And I do believe that is the same with a human. If you make your children fear too early, it will become you know, psychological stress later on. They may not think that it's something that's a big deal, but you know what, when I put clients under, when I've hypnotized them, or when we go into deep sessions, you know, a lot of issues come from very deep in their past, and they don't even know that all little trauma can cause issues in the future. So I'm thinking the way I'm training my puppy, I am going to give reinforcement, little treats, and when the puppy does a big caca or a pee in the kitchen, I just tell her off, but I try not to punish her because she's still too young to understand that she needs to wait to go outside for a walk to go and do her business. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. I love all of you guys, and don't be naughty or I'm gonna send you to have a cold shower.